It's time for us to go to Millewa football. Oh, the excitement of a weekend that is at the lake. Everyone had a good time, including the visitors. And to talk about it, Kelly, he always has a good time at the lake. Barefoots around there when he gets a chance. How are you there, Matt?
Yeah, going well. Thanks, Flowman. Yes, a lot of people, a lot of friends of mine and family enjoy the lakeside and getting wet, but my job's usually on the dry land or in the boat. So I can't say I'm a big water sports person.
Great stuff, but I'll tell you what, there was a lot of folk, and they might have even been fishing the darn footy out of the lake after the weekend, because Gol Gol, 40 goals, 33, beat Warringah, 2 goals, 5. A great effort for Warringah to get 2 goals against those Hawks, which seem to be lobbing them through those white sticks too often. Yeah,
it's a horribly large score, isn't it, having that many scoring shots in windy conditions. It's almost a cricket score there, but I guess it probably points to 2 things. That Gol Gol is certainly going very well, and they're tuning up quite nicely, and obviously the Warringah boys have still got some work to do. Yeah,
and Dylan Darby kicks a big score of 9. Connor Darby, he lands through 7, and Gareth Collinson got 6. Outside, Lucas Pettit and Philip Smith scored goals, which were great. And the good thing about this effort from Warringah, they did it without Melly, who's been their best player, and maybe that was one of the reasons Gol Gol got such an ascendancy. I wouldn't have wanted to be there in the third quarter when they kicked 14 goals, 7 to 1 goal 1. A big quarter there by Gol Gol. The other matches, your match, well, there's one thing that I think that the Warringah boys can take over Werribee here is they doubled what you scored in goals, because you only got 1 goal 3, but you got a bit closer to Cardross than they did to Gol Gol. They got 22 goals, 21.
Yeah, that's right. It was still a very, very big score by Cardross in the conditions. So our Werribee boys battled pretty hard and then had a pretty good second half. So a lot of that score was happened in the first half. So I suppose from a positive note, the Werribee boys did fight back, and we also had a lot of new players in the side last week, which was great to see. So a lot of young new players running around. So it's certainly very healthy.
Yes, that's actually a point to make, isn't it? Because while you got absolutely trounced on the score sheet, you've got actually a lot of players and guys coming back to play. And I think this is a good sign. Colby Loxton, good. Toby Wise, James Scutcheon, always in the best players. Damien Ford and Francesco Beccelli. Chad Nyland booted 11 goals for them, and very good effort. Leader got your only goal, Max Leader. And I thought a leader in your best players, but he didn't make the best players. He got the only score for you.
Yeah, no, he didn't have many opportunities, so he was still pretty fresh after the game. But young Max Leader, that was his first game for Werribee. His dad Matt was probably one of the best players I've seen play in the Millewa, and he league medalist and previously Werribee premiership player. So it was great to have young Max come into the side, and it augurs well for the rest of our season, having Max and hopefully beyond.
Yeah, good stuff. And a lot of extra players. We'll talk about that in a moment when we preview the games. And Nanjalok were beaten comprehensively by Bambill, 19-17 to 3-1. Bambill are actually showing everyone a clean set of hills at the moment. Luke Stanbrook, since he's come back from the Owen United Kangas, booted another 5 goals to be their best player in the forward line setup, and a good effort from him. Let's go to other matches in the girls' competition, and there was a couple of good games. Your girls got home comfortably, 7-9 to 4 goals. They were tested, though, by Cardross.
Yeah, certainly. Cardross have got a pretty good outfit. So they possibly wasn't their best game they've played for the season, but I think the Werribee girls I've been singing the same song or same tune, going the same tune for a while with the Werribee girls. They're very, very well drilled, and they've got some really talented players this year. So they'll be hard to knock off, and they certainly had a good game last week.
They did, didn't they? Talia Dolick and Tana Austin played okay for the Cardross Lion girls, and Georgia Blaby and Talia Dolick got 2 goals each. Emerson Lihu and also Courtney Sanderman kicked 2 apiece for Werribee, and better players Natalie O'Brien, Bronte Searle, Harley Hands, Emily Della, Shanika Kirby Wilson and Emerson Lihu. And as we go to the other match, and the girls from Moringa actually were quite competitive here. They lost 9-7 to 1-3 to Gol Gol, but they got a score on the board, which is great to see for them. And in that second quarter, and were competitive for the first time.
Yeah, I think we touched on this last week, Flowman, that Moringa are certainly playing reasonable footy. The Gol Gol girls would be certainly pretty happy with their scoreline there. They've struggled a bit at times to kick a few goals. So for them to get 9 on the board, they've had a pretty good day.
Casey Kamara with 6 goals, and she was the leading scorer. Without her, it would have been very, very close. And Tian Kelleher with 2, and Chloe Pettigrew, a goal for Moringa, and Miranda King, Kanisha Williams, Amelia Mitchell, Chloe Pettigrew, Monique Pettit, and Emma Bosworth, the better players for Moringa. Into the netball, and how did the Werribee girls go on the weekend?
Yeah, the Werribee girls had a very good day against Cardross. Traditionally, Cardi have been, we've got some pretty strong teams, and have always been, some close games over the years. But Werribee had a clean sweep, winning all 5 grades, so it was a pretty good effort. So the results of those games in the under-15s was a close one. Werribee 18 defeated Cardross 16. Eliza and young Ethan Ramsey were the best players there. In the under-18s, Werribee had a bigger win there, throwing 44 to Cardross 11. Grace and Rose were the best players there. In the C grade, now this is probably going to be a record, I reckon, for C grade scoring. Werribee 78 defeated Cardross 3.
Wow.
Micah Symes was one of the ones involved in dishing out that big win for the Werribee girls, so that was a big score. In the B grade, close game. Werribee only got up by 2, 25 to Cardross 23, and our regular best player in the B grade, she's a bit of a standout, is Audrey Delahunty. And in the A grade, Werribee ended up getting away a little bit at the end, but it was a pretty close contest most of the day. But Werribee came out winners, 47 to Cardross 32. And our goal attack, wing attack, multi-purpose player who has been around for a fair while now, Brooke the Chook Watson, was the best player there. So a good outing by the Werribee girls last weekend. Yeah,
good stuff from them. As we head towards this week's senior matches, and a quick tip: Gol Gol play Bambill at Gol Gol.
Well, this week sees the fixtures, all 3 games as being well matched games. I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 5 versus 6. So this game, I would being 1, 2. Gee, it's pretty hard to tip this one, particularly with, as you mentioned earlier, with Luke Stanbrook coming back into the Bambill side. He certainly gives them a fair bit up forward, and his work rate's huge. I think Golly are playing pretty well too. So I think I might go Golly's way. They're putting together some pretty good footy and have got plenty of forward options. So I reckon Golly in a close one. Yeah,
that full forward line, the 2 Darby brothers and Gareth Collinson, very good against the other full forward line, which I reckon, we've got big Stanbrook at centre half forward. You've got to still kick them past there and get them through the big white sticks, so that'll be a big game. I think Bambill, though, just going to on form pick them. And the other match, got a Nanjalok and Cardross. Who do you think will win this one over at Nanji?
Well, I think traditional rivals, these two. They enjoy a good scrap. So I think, Nanji certainly got their colours lowered last week against Bambill. So I think Cardross were expecting a few more players back in this week as well. So they were a little undermanned, even though they dished out a pretty big win against Werribee. So I think the Cardi guys will sort of bounce back and try and find a bit of form again. So I think Cardi might win that one reasonably comfortably.
All right, the 2 home side decks. It's the Moringa side that you'll be playing on at Lake Colour Lorraine, and it's Werribee coming up against the Kangaroos. Your Magpies, those Kangaroos, and Andy Seton Stewart plays his 200th game for the Black and White. And Moringa's chance to get their first win of the season. I haven't seen whether Melly's going to be playing, but if he is, and gives them a really good chance, him coming back into their side.
Yeah, for sure, Flowman. I think both teams will be very, very keen to get a win. It's pretty tough going when both sides have been on the receiving end of some fairly big beatings and fairly big high scoring from opposition sides this year. So both sides will will go into the game reasonably confident they can get a win. Moringa haven't won a game of footy for a long time, so they will be throwing absolutely everything at my Werribee Pies. But as per usual, I'm very, very keen on and very bullish around Werribee's hopes, and with a lot of new guys coming into Werribee's side, a lot of young guys, and with plenty of enthusiasm, I think and I'm hopeful that the Werribee boys will get up, but I wouldn't be expecting a lot in it.
And that could be the upset of the season yet brewing here as those Roo boys come out. Just haven't seen their side, not up yet at the time of recording our interview. Well, all the best to everyone out farming this beautiful, lovely winter's days, and hopefully some good weather for everyone to play footy and at the lake, and maybe a bit of a boating adventure afterwards for some. We'll catch up with you next week. Good to have you on board, Matt Kelly.
Yeah, good on you, Flo, man. Go Pies.